And we are into the draft. Now, Team Synergy is going to be on the blue side since we are switching sides. And now for the red hand side, Team Nebula. I think so. We're going to see that is going to be a respect ban against Eeks there. So it's not going to be able to have Cruel. Just a little bit too much annoyance against that team.
Yes, it looks like Adagio is coming out on the other side, and we're seeing some shadow overs, some flicker, some Ozo, Lance. All right, yesterday we saw Lance was the #1 band champ, basically alongside Glaive. So let's see if those bans yesterday were really worth it. If Synergy is going to be able to use this Lance and where it brings their team build, as we're looking at the mist to see where they might be picking.
Both teams are ready, so we're gonna head into the draft.
I am seriously excited to see this draft, especially after last night, seeing OMG United and their really unique team build. Let's see if that happens. By the way, OMG United is on the right side as we have Ardent to the left, and we're going to be keeping an eye out to see which heroes get banned. Yesterday we saw Lance and Glaive banned the most. Haven't really seen them banned today, and here we go. Ooh, and after that last game, we're seeing Vox banned early as well. Looks like no one else is going to want to have to deal with that. And we also see an Adagio pick coming up first on Team Ardent side.
You are correct, and we do have just a little bit of a miscommunication. Ardent did end up winning for the bracket, so Zonic is the actual losers. But going first, it is going to be that first pick up Adagio for the side of Ardent, and on the other side, we have Zack Attack picking up that Fortress and also the lock-in for the Glaive.
We saw that Fortress yesterday, so let's see what happens again today. Are we going to see that same build that we saw yesterday?
I mean, we're going to have to see. It's going to be definitely interesting to see how this goes. Before, in the best of one that we had Fortress Koshka and then Jewel, where that Fortress matched the late game power of the Jewel. So we're just going to have to see. But the lock-in is now, it is going to be Adagio and Blackfeather along with that captain. Being Ardent. So definitely a good, strong team on the side of Ardent eSports. And on the other side, as they are going to be locking in their very last one, it does look like they're going to hover over Celeste to try to deal with that Blackfeather. I apologize, deal with that Adagio by that overdriven heliogenesis on the side of Celeste.
Yes, and they definitely wanted to make sure that they had some ranges too. I mean, you're looking at Adagio and you're looking at Blackfeather with some serious range and some poke. You're going to need someone to be able to definitely keep some damage on until you can get in close using that Fortress, probably using that Glaive. And while we've seen a lot of Crystal Power Glaive lately, I have a good feeling we're probably going to see Weapon Power now for the first time in a while.
You are correct. So Weapon Power Glaive is going to have that ability for that crit and that AoE damage going up against Ardent. But on the other side, Ardent having a very good, strong poke coming from the Adagio and also coming from that Blackfeather due to on point. Also the auto attacks from Adagio. So we're just going to have to see how they do handle it this on the fold.
Yes, and we're seeing Epic Man kind of go the same way as he did the previous game, starting off with a little more health and sustain over defense. And we're seeing Green Ranger on the side with Ardent, making sure that he has that defense. These early game fights yesterday, we saw Epic Man on Fortress having a little bit of a hard time staying alive sometimes. So let's see if that becomes a problem in this game.
So right now, both sides, we have Epic Man and Zack Attack actually taking the jungle, rotating as a team. And then we also have Ills, who is going up the lane to try to fight out somebody on Celeste.
Somebody once told me. Sorry,
let's not do that. Let's not do that. Spare the viewers at home right now. But Epic Man rotating up to the lane. To be honest, I was thinking of somebody that I used to know. That's what that song was. I was thinking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Twitch chat and Mob Crash. I am incredibly sorry for that one. And it looks like we're keeping things pretty generally even, although the rotation now, they have 3 in lane, and we're seeing Zack Attack. Oh, we're retreating completely back to base even too. So, and Blackfeather coming down as well. I was going to say, kind of an unfortunate moment because Blackfeather would have had a perfect opportunity to rotate out, but it looks like we're going to get a little bit of a skirmish. Green Ranger able to easily back off though, so no real fight starting.
Now, this is what I want to see from OMG United. Be aggressive in the start, keep pushing it, and keep taking the little stuff, because if they do not take the small victories in stride, Ardent eSports are going to be the one who take 1 kill, go after either a turret, go after gold mine, or go after any objectives they can in your side of the map.
Yes, and on the other team side, I mean, oh, are we going to see something here? Okay, no, ILS is able to retreat before that gets just a solid chunk of damage in, though. Good job on
You're
Epic Man.
just so excited to see action happening here at the TBCS. You want fights to break out.
This is the first game where we haven't had a first blood pretty early, almost in the entire series here for Season 3, so I'm kind of surprised that we're not seeing any serious early game aggression.
And with that laid to rest, we might be seeing a fight actually break up. No, we're actually not. We saw the team actually rotate. Both teams actually rotate up. Blackfeather now laid to rest is going to be rotating back. Epic Man just jumping in for getting a little bit of minion. But overall, nothing too big happening. I think OMG United actually knows what is at stake here. So they're more focused on dragging this out, trying to see what they can do. But laid to rest is not in a good position right now, as he is trying to fight out Zack Attack. Here comes the Vanguard. Zack Attack's not a good scenario. No! First blood does go over to Green Ranger, but on the other side, this might be a tie 1-1 as Blackfeather does go back, and OMG United actually might take, no, Green Ranger actually taking, oh, I do apologize. OMG United actually taking the OMG United taking that middle tree and actually winning out that exchange overall just by a little bit, going 1-1 for the kills and taking that middle tree in for OMG United.
Yes, and they definitely are going to need that. I mean, somebody playing on here on Celeste really starts to ramp up a bit later in the game. They need and I guess I can see why they were probably trying to be a little less aggressive. Last thing you want to do is be caught out of position and have her just start not being able to catch up. But it looks like they're going to be doing a solid bit of poking damage right now. Just backing right back off. They're being really careful. Both sides only choosing to go in when they really think they can have an advantage.
But right here comes the afterburn. It's going to pop back laid to rest. Laid to rest is going to use the faint heart. On point is popped. But now they're going to go after somebody. Somebody taking large amounts of damage. Here comes Found. Laid to rest is going to be the one taking lots of damage. Trying to see what he can do. Epic Man trying to finish off laid to rest. But both sides super low. That is going to be the first kill. For that, here comes the afterburn right onto Green Ranger. Will that be enough damage? Yes, it will. It is now 2 kills ahead for OMG United. We have not seen Ardent actually lose an advantage in some time, and right now they are on the back foot of these fights.
And let's take a look if we can see anything between the reason why. I mean, looking at builds, we're seeing some pretty solid standard stuff. I mean, it looks like that right now OMG United is knowing where to focus and when, who to focus and when, because both teams, minus the kill lead, there's not too big of a gold advantage right now. So OMG United is just really showing some solid play, and it looks like they're putting a little bit of pressure on Green Ranger, and wow, Epic Man just really being brave in there. They're going to just back off for now, placing a little bit more vision. We are seeing a lot more vision on the side of OMG United, which is awesome right now in the early game to be able to keep an eye on their opponents.
I mean, this is not good for Ardent right now. If we take a look at the vision across the map, we see a couple of mines actually on the side of Ardent, but majority of the vision is controlled by OMG United right now.
Yes, and taking a look at general build stuff and things as well. We got some serious burst possible. Ooh, are we going to see a fight down here? Laid to rest and Zack Attack?
Breaking out. Laid to rest, going to be using on point, trying to see what they can do. Afterburn's away, so not going to be too much of a fight, just trading back and forth, trying to steal away laid to rest fronts there from Zack which Zack does a really good job at harassing on these jungle carries.
He definitely does. And I'm seeing yet again really, really carefully chosen aggression. I mean, I think OMG United is just seriously respecting the kind of skill that they know Ardent Gaming has. They don't want to get caught out of position. They don't want to dive into a fight that's going to end up bad for them. And so far, it is
But here
wonders.
comes a fight is breaking out. Somebody's taking loads of damage. That is going to be Black Feather. So another kill going onto laid to rest, picking up the Celeste going from somebody. And now they're able to push for the advantage. And this is what I'm talking about. Zack taking loads of damage. Too much damage for them to handle. Just going to be not enough. Zack is going to go right back. Laid to rest is going to go over. Going to be able to pop a mine. No middle treant is up right now. So nothing that they can steal besides maybe there's a little bit of front. Zack I would not walk out of the three-man team.
That is not a solid fight. And as we see, that first kill says we see Ardent slowly starting to creep back, just caught out of position. You saw Zack too far back to get in, and they made a solid rotation up to be able to have that 3v2 and burst in on somebody to get that slight advantage trying to build up again. I mean, they're only, like right now though, like look at the gold, pretty even. Look at the CS. Very even. This is looks like it's going to be a great game.
Far. Season 3 TBCS has been the most even teams in terms of skill that I personally have noticed. But we might be seeing, now I'm bullying at you. I'm anticipating fights when they're not going to be happening.
Well, we've seen these fights just break out in some solid early game stuff. It looks like they just want to keep this even. They want to wait for perfect moments. And if it's not absolutely perfect, they're just not taking them.
Here we go. Zack here comes the boots, trying to see what they can do. We might see an afterburn on delayed to rest. Zack a good call, not using that afterburn. It would have been caught out, but still OMG United making the right calls, trying to see what they can do. It's going to be Rose offensive away, stunned up by the gauntlet wall. Here comes the puppies. That is going to be a first kill onto Celeste. Epic Man trying to see what he can do. And until late game, I mean, that's the unfortunate part of both Celeste and also Fortress, until the overdrive for the Heliogenesis and then extra range, and also Fortress getting that extra defense is just waiting for MG United to hit their power spike. But this is what Ardent is known for, is taking these little victories in stride, trying to see they're still keeping that gold miner in play, and I don't think OMG United knows this.
Yes, and it looks like they're going to see, maybe they're going to get that skill on the afterburn. No,
nope.
I don't think so. It's really unfortunate. Right now, too, we're seeing that range that Ardent Gaming has really coming in advantage right now. Right now, they need Zack and Epic Man to get in there to get their damage done. And if they can't, Celeste can't survive long enough to really be able to stay alive until we're going to hit that late game. So let's see if that team build on the side of Ardent really carries them into the late game. Maybe that's why we're not seeing so much aggression.
Overdriven Heliogenesis has now finally come in for somebody. So now the Heliogenesis, we have the extra range, so somebody's going to be able to stay in that back line a little bit further. Just hitting that level 8 now. Epic Man is there. Green Ranger is going to have to watch it. There's the stun. Here comes the afterbird. Is going to be punted back. But here now it's just a big chase. OMG United is a little bit known for these chases, but laid to rest, taking loads of damage. Puppies are released. They're going to make the good call and actually possibly back out. They're questioning it right now.
Yeah, it's like they don't have that confidence. Like, do we dive in? Do we go in strong and hard? Or do we just kind of play it super safe? And it looks like they're just going to take the safe option for now, like they have all game. This might end up being a long game. I mean, we're at 10 minutes, 3-3 kills.
No.
Oh, we're going to get another fight.
Here comes the gauntlet and the stun coming up. Epic Man is stuck between a rock and a gauntlet. That is going to be costing the kill. Laid to rest is going to be able to pick up that kill right onto Zack Attack. Basically separate fights at the end of each of the teams, and now somebody is the only one. He's gonna have to clear out those minions and see what he wants to do. If Ardent wants to dive onto somebody, they can, but it looks like somebody's just going to clear out those minions for at the start of the turret. So
Oh, is somebody going to go down into some dangerous space or just getting a little bit of vision? Okay, just getting a little bit of vision. Hey, by the way, any Ardent players out there, for all you captains, that's how you land a gauntlet. Separate the enemy team, get someone stuck, get it so that you can get the fight to be exactly the way you want it. That was an excellent team fight on the side of Ardent Gaming, which is getting them a small lead. But this game has been so even thus far. I mean, we're seeing the gold is very close. CS on both sides, while CS for both carries are literally even right now, exact same numbers. So every little advantage is going to be really important so far in this game.
I mean, right now on the side of OMG United, they have that ability to actually use the glaive against that Adagio or even Blackfeather, put them in the range. They might want to watch for actually punting laid to rest into their carry, but still, regardless, they do not have the ability. They can separate the team like they did in the last team fight, but that is really all they can do. If Zack Attack can peel well for his carry once laid to rest Rose offensive in, they might have a chance for these fights. Epic Man and somebody just trying to see what they can do. Zack Attack picking up that Atlas for Blackfeather, so now we have a counter to it and trying to see what they can do. Somebody taking a good amount of damage from the poke of On Point.
I am noticing right now too, somebody keeps ending up at the front of the team. Like, I don't know if they're just trying to bait them out or if it's just bad positioning, but they really need to be careful.
Correct, both sides trying to look for an opening right now, and Ardent just has that almost. They really rarely do not make mistakes, and for that, rarely make mistakes. And when they do, when they don't open that ability, oh, here we come. That is going to be a stun up for somebody. That is going to be the first kill. Dagio is going to be able to pick that up. Now Epic Man and Zack Attack are on the run. Puppies run. Zack Attack is going to actually give leader of the pack passive for Epic Man and actually give him a little bit of speed boost. And Ardent, again, taking those small victories and going after objectives. We have seen this time and time again. Pick up 1 kill, go after gold mine. Pick up 2 kills, go after turret. It is fundamentally for Ardent eSports to take these small victories and go with them.
It is, and so far it's working absolutely well for them. They don't need to just completely demolish or get some huge early game if they don't need to. Hey, we are willing to play a game of slow and constant aggression. They are taking the game and playing it at their pace, and it's working wonders for them.
And right now, Zack Attack and Epic Man trying to see what they can do. They did have that early game lead, but now have lost it to Ardent Gaming. Epic Man, oh, there goes the On Point. It is going to miss just in just a little bit, but there's somebody getting a little bit too close to the enemy Ardent there, and Green Ranger just doing a little bit of blood for blood and punching Celeste's face, but we could see Zack Attack. And right now, I mean, OMG United is just not aggressive enough against Ardent eSports. I gotta say this, because there's some opportunities they can be aggressive, go under that turret, pick up a couple kills, and be aggressive where they need to. Because if Zack Attack and Epic Man initiate the fight, that also turns Ardent focusing on both Epic Man and Zack Attack, so somebody can do the damage. There goes the afterburn right on to Adagio. We're going to see if this is going to be enough. Burst of Judgment does go down. And here comes Solar Storm. That is going to be enough. That is going to be a 1 kill. Zack Attack does take down Adagio. And there's going to be a second. It is going in favor of OMG United. Perfect fight for them. And now Green Ranger is on the run, trying to see what they can do. Kraken is not going to be taken because they're going to be taking this victory and going for that turret. Like I said, 2 kills, turret, and they're taking a page out of Ardent's rulebook.
Yes, one of those things you got to be really careful with, guys. The respawn counter slowly comes back up. It was really smart of OMGU to be really aware and realize we are not going to be able to get that Kraken. Even with the 3v1, they're going to come back too quickly. Let's get this solid 300 gold. Let's make sure that we can push them back a little bit. We still have our turret. It's a good chance for them to pick up a solid objective.
with that. We're gonna have to see, because Ardent is not known for them actually taking that Kraken just straight out while all 3 members of the other side are up. That would be, I would have to say, Ardent's downfall. They are aggressive, yes, but high risk, high rewards, and it would be almost essential if they want to try to bait out the Kraken for the side of OMG and let OMG fall into that trap. But we might be seeing a fight. All 3 members are up in lane, so it's back and forth aggression between these 2 teams in that lane, trying to see what they can do, throwing out the flares. Epic Man's right there. He got out just a little bit by that on point. See what they want to do. It's just back and forth poking at this point.
Yes, I mean, just taking a quick look at the general builds and everything. Oh, wait, we might get another fight already. Looks like we're getting some infusions as well. And it looks like right now Ardent
Both
is
sides are infused. Zack Attack might want to re-infuse, but here comes the gauntlet. It's not going to separate anybody. That's a loads of damage, and now we're trying to see Late Duress go after somebody. Versus Judgment does go down. Where is the glaive to get Late Duress actually off? But Late Duress is going to fall down. Glaive is going to focus onto Adagio. Good call by OMG United, and they're now going after Green Ranger. Green Ranger trying to see what they can do. That is going to be the ace against Ardent eSports. The first ace that I have seen in a long time against Ardent eSports. And now they are taking this ace, taking the turret, and now taking the Kraken for possibly the first game going in favor of OMG United.
Yes, and this is really smart of them to make sure they have that turret down. A little bit of extra pressure right now on the choke point. They're going to be able to get the Kraken, start pushing that choke point again nice and solidly. 2 potential strong objectives taken instead of just 1. I know sometimes everyone likes to say, oh, let's get all 3 people in the Kraken. No, really smart of them to be able to spread out in a safe manner to get even more out of that victory.
And right now, Kraken is pushing. All members over OMG United are infused. So this is, they just have to push and see how many turrets they can take. I'm going to say 2.
I would agree too. I think if we don't see this choke point taken, I mean, that'd be absolutely ridiculous. There's a good chance we're going to be able to see them possibly really push into these crystal turrets as well. They're already getting a little bit of damage on that turret before the Kraken even gets inside. And we are going to likely see turret 1 heading down. And let's see how far they can really push this into these crystal turrets.
I mean, all that somebody has to do, there goes the gauntlet. It's not going to separate really anybody, as somebody is going to get stunned up 2 times. Puppies are going to be released. And this is unfortunate for Ardent eSports. They may be just taking it and going. Zack Attack goes in, does a lot of damage, but somebody is just literally seeing on the other side. There we go. Somebody is going to dodge that burst of judgment, and Ardent actually might be able to stop him just a little bit. Somebody, there we go. That is going to be the kill, but is it going to be enough damage? Can Ardent actually stop the Kraken? They do!
They keep themselves in this game. This is going to be really tough. I mean, we see on OMG United side every single turret. Even with this ace, I mean, maybe we see one go down. I mean, there's a good chance we're going to see a turret go down, but this is putting them in a really dangerous position. I mean, all it takes now, let's go storm the crystal. Let's catch them out of position. Let's see if OMG United can do that. I mean, Ardent, though, we know these guys are veterans of the game. They are strong. If there's anyone who can put up a solid defense, it's going to be them. Let's see how late we can get into this game. We're starting to see the full builds start to really come out almost on both sides. And this next big team fight is probably going to be a serious decider for Ardent Gaming. And to be honest, if I'm looking at this map correctly, neither side has proper vision, which could really determine a win or a loss right now.
Right now, Ardent eSports has to play this game perfectly. If they lose one fight, they're going to lose this game in the best of 3. They will have another chance to keep playing and keep fighting, but that is not the point here. Illos is going to be actually focused just a little bit. Epic Man's going to be the first one laid to rest. Oh no, the Rose offensive is not going to make it. There goes the first fountain though, and it is going to separate somebody and Zack Attack. But that is not going to be enough, as Zack Attack is going to be able to pick up that kill on Blackfeather. This is a disaster for Ardent eSports, as they're going to be able to finally pick up the 2 kills and keep Green Ranger from actually, and there he goes, Zach Attack's just gonna follow him. Just gonna follow him just a little bit. And he's stopping any chance that Green Ranger can actually recall, gets the ace, and OMG United takes the first game in this best of 3 to head into possibly the finals to face off against Team Synergy. We're gonna just stick.
Yeah, this was
This is just
match.
Insane.
Yeah, OMG United is just breaking expectations and surprising us. I cannot wait to see game 2. I really cannot wait to see what other kinds of team concepts they come up with. Maybe they got something with this Fortress here. I've seen so many people trying to doubt it. Maybe they have something going.
And with that, we're just gonna have to see how game 2 goes. If Ardent eSports can actually take a reverse sweep and go 2-1, or if OMG United will go 2-0 against Ardent eSports. Stick around. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.